This will happen just before union. In this video, you will discover if you're close to union or not. Hi, I'm Lorraine, together with my twin flame, guiding people from every country to union with love and harmony. Struggles from the past are over now at last. Welcome to this new video. Are you ready? Are you? Let's go. This will happen just before union. There are many signs that will happen just before union, and I share them in my latest video, how to know if your twin flame is nearly here. Unions are coming, and I'm 100% sure that more unions are coming because more people are on the twin flame journey. And some people will never unite, but lots of people are uniting with their twin soul. I entered the journey 10 years ago and there was not so much information. I didn't have the right information, and that's why I decided that I want to provide the right information. It all started in the Netherlands and Belgium. I'm Dutch and I created 3 important courses on the twin flame journey. How to unite with your twin soul, that's number 1. How to stay in unconditional love, number 2. And how to live your soul mission in abundance, number 3. At the current moment, I'm working very hard to translate everything into English, and I'm proud to let you know that my first course, How to Unite with Your Twin Soul, is fully available in English with meditations, with the ebook. I will also publish the book because we have a book that goes with the course. So the course is the most important thing, but the book is really good if you want to look something up or if you want to reread it and you don't want to search through all the webinars, because I recorded many webinars, if you really want to understand what's happening. And just before union, this will happen. But I don't want you to create this, because maybe you can create a better scenario, right? Because I believe there are limitless possibilities, so you don't have to create this. But I see that many of us, including myself, are seriously tested just before union. It's like if it's the final exam, you know, if you're studying and you have to write an essay, it's the final exam and they just want to know if you're really ready to get the diploma and if you're ready to start your working life, right? And it's just if the universe is testing us. Are you really ready for your union? Because within your union, you will also experience many challenges. And if you're not ready, you will fall out union. And if you're not ready, you will get back to separation. And that's what you don't want. You don't want union separation, because every time you lose a little bit trust. And you want to gain more trust on the journey, right? You want to get closer to union. And you can get closer to union if you understand the journey and if you transform yourself, if you develop yourself. I believe that the twin soul journey is a personal development journey. I'm very down to earth, so I think that I'm the twin flame teacher that is the most down to earth from all teachers, but that doesn't mean I'm not spiritual. You know, I also provide meditations, and I follow spiritual teachings as well. But I'm also very down to earth, and I also believe it's possible and almost necessary to enjoy life with your twin soul, just lead a normal life. I'm together with my twin soul. We have a wonderful blended family with 4 people. It's very busy, so I cannot always answer all emails, although I do have a wonderful assistant, but it's a lot of work for us to do everything right. But we're trying, and there's a lot of workload coming to us every single day. But for now, I want to make time for you to create this video so everyone knows what will happen just before union. So, lots of us are tested. For example, you are having more contact with your twin flame. It's really wonderful and it looks like you're heading towards union, towards the right direction. There's movement, you're enjoying life, and you think, well, this is going the right way. We are heading towards union. And then suddenly your twin flame is saying, I'm not choosing you. I said I would choose you, but I'm not. So they're withdrawing. And if that feels scary to you, if that feels anxious and you're so sad and you're getting into the dark night of the soul again, then you know you're not close to union. But if you're relaxed and you just do like this, you know, okay, well, that's okay, you know, I have the right and the desire to choose you, and you have the right and the desire not to choose me. You are free to choose me. I love you, I want you, I need you by my side, but if you don't want that, that's okay. You're free to go. And the moment they walk out the door and you know, well, they will come to me tomorrow or the day after tomorrow or next year or 5 years or 20 years, you know, I just know that they will come back. I choose love. I choose union. Then you know you're close to union and they come running to you really fast. It can happen overnight. I've seen it many times that it happens overnight. So many of our students now became coaches. You can talk to them. You can book a Twin Soul talk to talk to all my students who are now in union. Some of them are married or getting married. Yeah, so and if you want to work with me, that's also possible, but then you need to be a complete guide to union students because I don't have so much time and I want to use it very wise. And it's easier for me to work with people who already watched the webinars, read the material I created, so we can work very fast. And otherwise, I first have to explain all the videos, the free videos, all the more in-depth content. And yeah, that would also be too expensive for the student to work on that basis. But if you want, you can work with me too. But please know that we have a whole team of coaches that are ready for you every single day. And if you can't afford one-on-one coaching sessions, we have a Twin Soul app where you can ask all your questions on a daily basis. And we are answering all those questions. It's so inspiring. We share success stories, but we also share the moments that we are tested. And then we give each other motivation to continue, to stay stable, to stay strong. And then union comes fast and we see it all the time. Another thing that can happen is that you are having doubts. Is this really the guy or the woman that I truly desire? So when union is there and you start having doubts, right? But then you can talk to your friends or to your twin soul buddies and they will tell you, no, 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 no. It's just your ego mind. This is what you wanted for such a long time. And now you're going to open yourself for it. And it can be scary to open yourself for unconditional love because we're not used to it. And also know that your counterpart, your divine masculine, can also be so afraid to open themselves for unconditional love because they're not used to it. They might say to you, yeah, but you're too sweet for me. You know, you're too kind and I need, you know, someone who's so strict to me, you know, as if they want to be punished or something. It's just that unconditional love isn't normal to you both, but it can be normal. It really can be normal. So let's wrap it up. What happens just before union? You might be tested. And if you are prepared well, if you know everything about the twin soul connection, if you have done your work, if you have developed yourself, if you love yourself, you've healed a lot of things and you're stable, then union is very close and it's just 5 minutes to 12. Before your union is coming, and it will be such a loving roller coaster. And if you are tested, or if you were tested in the past, let me know, because I'm so curious if you are tested. And don't use this video to create lots of tests, because it isn't necessary. I believe it isn't necessary. I believe it's our ego mind that creates another thing. You know, we shouldn't be tested, right? But I see that it happens all the time with all our students. For now, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Let's build our soul tribe. Spread love to everyone. And I see you in the next one. If this video was interesting to you, I now personally invite you to go to twinsoul.app and visit our free tools page. I recorded a 1.5 hour Twin Soul webinar and meditations to unite with your Twin Soul. I will also share my personal story and you will discover if Twin Soul School is the right place to be. Completely for free. Love to see you there.